up, and I hate the world.
Yeah.
I am feeling
It's kind of nice when you don't pay attention to the world, and then you get...
it's hopeless.
And then you get caught up. And then you get caught up and you're like, I hate it here. You can live in peaceful bliss of not paying attention to the world, but then...
Yeah, I was just like, oh, okay.
I gotta confess something though, okay. Tiny child Autumn came over for a little bit because she was going on a walk with Dad.
Okay.
She really has Shakespeare memorized. I'm honestly impressed. And my ego is back down again. My ego went back down and destroyed. She's so smart. But that's not surprising. Nathan's either here today or he's here tomorrow. He either comes back Wednesdays or Thursdays. It depends every week, but he did not tell me today.
I didn't do a game yet.
You want to hear some good news though? Some good news network news?
Yeah, sure.
Well, this one's not good news network related, but I did see it from Now This News. No, I have a headline pulled up, but this one was connected in a way. Wildfires, as the season burns slowly goes down, though it's supposed to just last all the rest of the year anyway. Still brutal in California. So at one of the fire locations, they actually brought therapy dogs over to the firefighters. They brought some therapy dogs over, and it was really cute. And the doggos just were happy, and the people were happy. It's a tough job. It's a really tough job. But they brought some therapy doggos over. Because it's all about the woofers, but no, this one related to the wildfire victims. And as I read this, let's see. Because of the California wildfires, a bunch of people lost their homes, which is, of course, devastating. So back in 2018, this dude started a site for if people want to donate their RV, he would take it.
Oh.
You know what he's doing with the RVs?
Giving
them to people who lost their homes. So that they can just have a place where they can stay for a bit. At least 95 people have been helped so far to just get a stable place where you know it's there.
Moira by your side.
Mercy on call.
Good news network. Always my friend.
Traveling to Mali. Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
So surprise, surprise, Twitch actually did in fact update their verification systems today.
Oh, I saw that.
Chat room moderator channels now have additional things they can use to stop these stupid hate raiders. Of course, this is part of the changes that they said that they couldn't share ahead of time, because if they shared it ahead of time, they would just go around it. Two of the new requirements can be: you can require people to have a verified email to chat, or you can go home and make it a verified phone number to chat in your chat room.
I'm out of here.
I know, because they told me about it. It was like, no one bothers me, but thanks.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective.
They might have found the
Dude?
suspect. Yeah, the dude.
Yeah, I don't know if you've been I have unintentionally been stupid following it because Twitter telling me about it, even though I don't really care. Dude named Dog the Bounty Hunter is apparently on him. See, people, how can a regular person, find it faster than the police? But I saw there, police have legal loopholes that prevent, loopholes that they can't openly go at it, hardcore. But regular people can go at hardcore, they don't have rules to follow.
No.
But popos do! But yes, they actually think he went to I think it was a deserted island off the coast of Florida. And his parents might be slapped with a fine of $1.2 million for obstructing the case, because they totally admitted to obstructing the case.
Oh my goodness.
They might be slapped with a hefty fine.
So, MLB playoffs are going on. Okay.
Did the Twins make it?
Yeah.
Damn.
They were out of
Too
the
bad.
playoffs several weeks ago.
Oh, well, of course.
They were like one of the first teams that were
Can't blame someone for trying, right? You can't blame me for trying, right? Oh,
No.
that would be why the Onion posted their MLB
That's not
season,
what I was talking
postseason.
about. Okay. So.
No, I meant, that's probably why they posted it. Anyway, it's postseason.
So, the Milwaukee Brewers are in the playoffs. Yeah. And so...
Oh, man.
And so, they were celebrating.
Oh god, what did they do when they were
With
celebrating?
champagne.
Oh no,
And
they
a
were celebrating with
player got
champagne.
drunk. Like, obscenely drunk, and then got
Oh,
upset.
Mood. Me too, buddy.
No. And he punched a wall
Oh my god, did he get hurt?
and fractured his hand, and he needs surgery. And
He's
gonna
out,
be
isn't
of
he?
the playoffs. If the Brewers
out.
can manage to survive to go to the World Series, he might be able to play, but he's out.
They're not gonna make it. Well, now, Chris, you're the laughing stock of the team now.
The
Congrats.
thing is, this
You just
happened
became the laughing
earlier.
stock.
This happened earlier with a player in the season. I think in May, a player got drunk, got upset, and punched a wall and broke his hand. Yeah, the player was like, yeah, I'm really upset at myself, but I apologize to my team, the fans. They don't deserve that.
Sorry, I got drunk and I broke my hand and I'm out for the playoff. My bad. My bad. It won't happen again, I swear. As soon as
No,
something
somebody was
goes,
saying- 'cause
okay,
he's like
I was
the,
like, okay, who got hurt? Who got hurt?
He's the like the 8th inning relief guy, because he's like the setup man. And so somebody was like, I hope that they lose every single game in the 8th.
because he couldn't pitch.
Like, that's a bit brutal, but okay.
And this is why we don't drink, kids. This is why we don't drink.
Yeah, this is why we don't drink a lot.
You can drink a little, but getting
They
drunk like
celebrate
that
champagne
kinda
every time.
Well, yeah,
They
that's
just don't
fine,
get
but like,
abhorred, they don't get
don't get
so
naked drunk
drunk
like that.
that they...
Break their
I
hand
mean,
casually.
he'll be able to laugh about it, and hopefully in the future.
Change things
Yeah, we'll laugh about it. He'll look back on that and go, man, that was really funny, wasn't it? If they make it, now I want the Brewers to make it to the World Series. Just so they can go. Even without him, we made it, y'all. Good job. Good job, buddy.
No. I'm just glad I'm not a Brewers fan, because do you know how pissed off I would be?
I mean, yeah. You expect them to know better than that.
Well, especially because if in any
You
other
expect
job,
them to know better.
I mean, your job could be in jeopardy.
Yeah. You expect players to be a bit more mature. Just a tiny bit more mature. I would be pretty mad. I mean, if I was on the team, I would be mad. I would be mad because you know better. You're an adult. You know how to act better than that.
Yeah.
Or you should anyway. You should know how to act better.
Thing is, it just happened earlier in the season, and everyone's like, "Did we not learn our lesson?"
This happens twice.
Did we not
We
learn our
not learn our
lesson?
lesson about getting inky drunk? Alright, new rule. Bubble wrap or foam the entirety of the clubhouse wherever they're drinking. They can't hurt themselves if everything is wrapped up. You're an adult. You should know better. But I will wish him a swift recovery. A broken hand that needs surgery is probably a pretty serious injury. A swift recovery and hope it doesn't harm him too much.
I'm so glad Broadway's back.
Yeah!
On The View today, they had the performances from Aladdin, Frozen, and Lion King perform.
Ah, that's nice.
And I was not there in New York.
You were not, that's right. You were here in
I had to
class.
do school.
Yeah. Which is more important, I think.
Traveling to Icon. Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
You ain't never had a friend like me.
Control link established.
It is not my preference to see to matters personally,
Lifting off.
but I will see them done.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
I mean, granted, I wish Hunchback of Notre Dame was on Broadway, but like whatever, it's fine. It's fine. Whatever, I'm fine. I'm not angry.
Clearly.
2, 1.
I am not angry, she said. She was clearly angry.
Objective A.
Okay, alright, get me to the Lion King part.
I need to recharge.
Yeah, I got a kill. You can't. You're getting attacked from behind? That's rude. That's illegal. No, they had to do a, I don't know if you saw that Mulan was trending.
Yes, it
And I was
was
like, oh god, what
trending.
happened now? But it was, I think, what, 3 Disney
Yeah.
movies from
Disney,
the Renaissance.
they were debating
period.
what Disney would you take.
Would you keep? And I was like, oh my god, that's way too hard.
I just had to go. I too was like, well, I saw the trend. I was like, Mulan, Lion King, Aladdin, and I was like, why are they all trending together? Did something oh, it's just someone doing one of those pesky, you can keep 3 but lose the rest.
Yeah, I honestly, and everyone, somebody was like, there are no wrong answers in this.
There are technically no wrong answers there, yeah.
System initialized.
I had a hard time. I don't
You
even
did.
know. Mostly because I am in, like, I love the, cause, like, not only are you getting rid of the movies, you are getting rid of the soundtracks.
Yeah. Which arguably carry those movies.
Yeah. I because then you got Robin Williams as Genie, which is one of the best performances ever.
Really is.
Oh, I can't. Is it still trending? I want to see the list again, and I want to know what Catherine would say, and Courtney.
You will probably find it still. It's been off and on my turns list.
We'll just Google Mulan. No, and then I can't remember who plays Mulan.
And
The actress who voiced her name. I can't remember her name because come on, show me, come on. No, I don't care about Mulan. Ah, here we go. Because I personally would pick Hunchback of Notre Dame because that has the best songs. Okay, did I save it? Okay. Hercules, sorry, Herc, you can go. Oh, but then you got the... You got the muses. Can I just take, like, bits and pieces from each still?
Can I just...
Can I just take, like, the muses from Hercules? Oh. And Hades. Gosh darn it. Do I never have fun like me? Little Mermaid can go by. Sorry. Sorry, Little Mermaid. Beauty and the Beast, sorry. Tarzan, sorry. Okay, what does that leave me down with? That leaves me with Hercules, Lion King, Aladdin, and Hunchback, and Mulan. Oh, and Pocahontas. Pocahontas is good too. Colors of the Wind was my most played song on Spotify last year.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was actually really surprised by that. I was like, really? But like, I would jam out to that when I was in the shower. Okay, so my 3 would be... Gotta go Hunchback, but I'm trying to not take, but you have to take the songs into account, right? You have to take the
Yeah, you have
OST.
to, because they are part of the movie. And honestly, they arguably carry some of those movies.
How about we pick 3 that can go?
That's not how this
See
list
Little
works.
Mermaid.
That's not how the list works. That's the point. It's to get you to go well if
okay,
it's...
okay, alright, okay, I think Mulan has to stay. Mulan has to. Because of the kick-ass story. Women need, girls need an icon. Okay, and that's Mulan.
System initialized.
The payload is approaching its destination.
Okay, okay, Mulan, Hunchback. Mulan, Hunchback. Then you gotta get Lion King, right? 'Cause Lion King's like one of the best movies ever, right? I personally would much rather have the live action Beauty and the Beast. Mostly because it's Emma Watson. Okay, alright, alright.
30 seconds remaining.
Hunchback, okay, okay, Lion King or Hercules or Aladdin. Well, okay, so if we take, see, this is why I hate these kind of questions, because I'm like, well, if we take away Lion King 1, does that mean we take away the sequel?
Yes, because that would take away all of it.
Score 0.
Oh, and Pocahontas.
Switching sides. Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
Hercules? Ah, see, like, I can't even, like, compare the songs. Because Hercules, you have A, the Muses, B, Hades, C, the gospel songs. Pocahontas, you got Colors of the Wind. Okay. Okay, Aladdin, Lion King, or Hercules?
Control link established.
An Omnic in my squad took his own life rather than be controlled by an AI.
A noble but tragic sacrifice. I hope that you will honor it. A disciplined mind is
I'm gonna go
your
Lion
most
King.
dependable ally. I will reclaim my master's armor.
Five, four, three, two, one. Attack commencing. Capture objective A.
That was incredibly hard.
That's the point of this.
No, but like for like I don't know if you've seen because there's been like a post like you can keep 3 video game series, and it's like GTA, Halo, Assassin's Creed, Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, and I'm like I can't even do that. Like you could put a gun to my head.
Fantasy, so I can have 14 in my life.
Because I honestly
Fire
would
Emblem,
not,
so I can have Awakening in my life.
I
What's another
don't
series
think I
I
would
would
be
beat?
able to make a decision. Well, some of them, you know, because A, this is why I hate these questions, because like if Witcher is on there, okay, does that mean that I lose everything Witcher?
Every from
Because
Witcher.
then do I lose my books? You know, because if not, well then, you know.
Towards our desired outcome.
Smoke him out of there.
I'm on fire!
Rolling out.
See, Kristen, this is how we know who can stay in our Discord. If somebody says, well, I don't think any of them should stay, or I don't know any of them, then we're like, that was legit. But then, see, then like this is my personal preference. Hunchback of Notre Dame. Anyone else? No, I think Hunchback of Notre Dame is one of the most underrated movies. Plus, then if we
You
get
would
rid
be
of,
right. It is.
if we get rid of Disney's Hunchback of Notre Dame, there is no happy ending.
That is true because it doesn't have a happy ending.
It does not have a happy ending. No one has a happy ending. You know? If we get rid of Hunchback of Notre Dame, Quasimodo's dead. Esmeralda's dead.
The
Venus lives a long, sad life.
happy ending.
Operating at maximum efficiency.
Rolling out.
But yeah, like you could put a gun to my head, or I mean, if you see
Live or
the
die. Alright, let's
For the,
clear your death. Well, kill me now.
I mean, if you like
I'll
threaten
carry
to,
all
like,
of them with me to the afterlife.
if you like threaten to destroy my notebooks, no, I'm talking like with the video games, then I might be able to. But I'll be like, you're not gonna
Alright,
hold me
yeah.
accountable to this, are you?
Ma'am. If you don't list the correct 3, you're dead.
Wait, whoa, hold up a second though. I have a question.
What's up?
Can Kingdom Hearts survive if you say, okay, if you pick Kingdom Hearts, but you don't
Okay,
say
no,
Final
that's a
Fantasy?
great question.
No, because there are Final Fantasy characters in it.
And that are integrative to the plot. Think.
The payload moves with
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
Helden sterben nicht.
I know, right? This is why I hate my brain, because the normal human being would not think, oh, what happens if we don't save Final Fantasy, but we save Kingdom Hearts? I actually don't know why you would. Ugh. Yeah, if it was like, hey, pick 3 Disney Renaissance movies that you don't keep up with, for sure, that's so easy. My Little Mermaid.
I will be keeping. Let's see.
Oh, boom. I'm gonna see if I can find that,
Play of the game.
I mean, with Nathan, it would be even harder. Because then he would
I
have to
kind of picked that random.
Yeah, I'm
Not
video
gonna lie, I
game
kind of
wise.
picked it random.
Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, video game wise.
Wait, is this one it? Is this the one it? Oh, no, that's not the one I was looking for.
Can Dollar Tree stop trending? I can't get it, y'all. The Dollar Tree anymore. But can we stop with the trend? It's not even by that much.
Was it this one? No, it was similar to this one. Alright, Kristen? You have to
Yes.
message me in the morning and say, did you call your dentist?
Sure, I can do that. Discord message or text? How would you like to be alerted?
Discord.
Sure, I can do that. Not a problem, dude.
Yeah, I can't find it, so hopefully it'll come back again. But yeah,
I mean,
'cause I'm-
posts like that
No,
come and
no,
go,
'cause
so
with
yeah.
the video game
eventually
one,
reappear.
because like the one that I remember seeing, had Fire Emblem, Bayonetta, Persona, I think Danganronpa, but I don't think Nathan plays Danganronpa, Final Fantasy, and Kingdom Hearts. How is that boy gonna choose?
Yeah, that's
Between
all
Fire
his
Emblem,
favorites right there.
Bayonetta.
That's all his favorites.
Because then you got Halo, you know, you got the other ones too.
That's all his faves. He would die.
See, but I would have to know if, because Witcher would be on there. I'd be like, okay, so does this count for the other stuff? Because if it's not, well then, okay, I'm not so likely to save Witcher. Granted, Witcher 3 is one of the best games ever made. But at least I have, because then, like, would the book for Witcher 3, because there's, like, literature about Witcher 3, would that disappear too? And then this is why I go, Cynthia, this is why you don't answer
What level of
these
disappearing are we talking about? Are we talking full-on disappearing? Or?
No, and then do I actually forget it exists, or
do I
actually have to grieve about it? Because that also would play a role. Because, like, do I want to be sad that I haven't played will I actually, like, cause, like, then I wouldn't, like, if I choose Final Fantasy, I would never choose Final Fantasy. Or if I don't save Final Fantasy, would that mean that I am very sad that I don't have one winged angel?
Final Fantasy.
I don't have the music, because that's a big thing with Final Fantasy. 'Cause you're not just saying goodbye to the spiky hair and the gun blades. You are saying goodbye to the greatest video game music of all time.
And this is why we can't do these questions with Sinky.
No. Because I think about whether or not getting rid of Final Fantasy has any implication with Kingdom Hearts.
I mean, KH needs the FF characters as part of the plotline, so I suppose if you take it out, you are taking out.
Well, yeah, I mean, can you imagine Travis without Leon? Aerith?
I mean, yeah. In Travis Town at the start, Leon literally beats the poop out of you. Or you win, but good luck with that.
No, for me, like, it's always hard, but then it's so easy to get rid of a few. I'm like, sorry, Bayonetta, you're gone. Okay, I can only play one game. GTA, there are other games like you?
I've got other games I can play.
Link, goodbye. Legend of Zelda. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Game of 2017 Game of the Year. Get out. I'm not salty.
It's robbed. It robbed.
I'm not salty at all.
It robbed Persona, and it totally robbed Nier Automata. Totally robbed Nier Automata.
I am not angry. I am not salty.
We're totally not over that, are we? We are never getting over that robbery. We are never getting past that robbery. No, I'm not looking forward to the Game Awards this year.
What's come out? Resident Evil Village?
I did this discussion with Nathan the other day. I was like, what's come out this year? I was like, okay, let's put it, what's come out and what's potentially a Game of the Year award contender.
Did Nier come out?
Well, it depends on if they count Replicant. It depends on if they count Replicant, because Replicant is technically a remaster, which they don't technically count. But Replicant also never had a Western launch, which makes it new.
Oh.
Because Replicant and Gestalt. Replicant was Japan only, Gestalt was here, Gestalt was worldwide.
Death Stranding's probably gonna win.
I mean, maybe, I mean, it was pretty good, sure. But also, how many people actually got to play it so far? Who has a PS5?
Miles Morales came out, right? That's probably up there.
But
again,
for potential Game of the Year, the thing is, with most of the games that came out this year, this is the make or break moment for TGA. Do they actually like JRPGs? Because every game that's come out this year that has been kind of good. Looking at you, Neil. JRPG. Near's a JRPG.
You also got Spider-Man.
Spider-Man doesn't count.
No, Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Miles Morales doesn't count either.
What?
Miles technically came out before. It technically would have counted last year.
Oh,
the date for when it ends is I want to say November 20th. Miles Morales came out a day before. So, but unfortunately, it was also the situation of not that many people got to play it.
Yeah.
Because it was PS5 only at launch, so it was a really unfortunate situation of not that many got to play.
Deathloop.
Well, because the voice actor for Miles had been up for Best Actor last year, but the award did go to Laura Bailey which she wholeheartedly deserved for voicing Abby in Part 2 of Last of Us. Wholeheartedly deserved.
People need to remember that.
I think she deserved it because of what she had to deal with. But I don't want to.
People just forget that.
But yeah, 3 games that came out this year that really haven't been that many games that have come out this year, so it's because this was the year that not that many things came out because COVID kind of interfered. And most games either were coming out this year or they just pushed themselves back into next year to account for that. But if Neo isn't up for the game of the year, or Life is Strange, True Colors,
oh, Life is Strange. I forgot that had come out. I really want to play Life is Strange. I really do.
True Colors did really good, so if it's not up for anything, I'm rioting.
Plus, it did really well
with its
for
November release date.
LGBT.
I do believe COD can count. Yes, you got it. You could also just use the shortened version of LGBT.
I know, but I just feel like I'm not doing justice.
It better be up for games that had an impact at least, like they always are. Yes, it was good. Thumbs up.
I wonder how many people working with who did Life is Strange
this year?
Yeah,
Deck 9.
I wonder how many people are part of the LGBTQ community, because I think sometimes that's why it's so
a lot, but
it's so like misrepresented because a lot of them.
Okay, Nathan and I, unironically, for like a week, we discussed this idea of LGBT in video games, and found more often than not, when it was done by someone who, you know, knew what they were doing, you know, whether it was that they sought out experience, you know, talking with people or for the community themselves, it ends up 10,000 times better because it's better than just some shoehorned in. I wanted to pretend I was.
I know, that's why I was like, when I was creating my superhero, I was like, okay, I really want to have, you know, get that part of the community, but I also don't want to be like, I have it added so like I can say I'm part of the club. But I really want to be able to do it justice. But that's why, because I feel like you know,
I'm part of the club.
Dialogue, like female dialogue has really gotten better when there have been female writers, or at least the voice actors have been able to have a say. Like women don't actually say that.
Yeah,
I mean, you can really tell with filmmaking as well.
Yeah,
that it's so much better when there's an actual woman saying, well. Yeah, that's not what we would say.
No.
So, like, you know, because then they'd be like, you know, oh, this is not how, you know. But yeah, I think it would be really interesting to see, because then it also goes to show that, you know, you can write a really good one when you actually have somebody who is either writing or you are consulting somebody who, you know,
actually knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
Actually knows what they're talking about.
Because I think only then can you really give it justice. That's what we're all about.
I mean, yeah, I'm all for inclusion in video games, but I only want it to be inclusive if it's like actually decent writing. I don't want it shoehorned in LOL weird just so we can say we hit our quota of having one stereotypical Like, no thanks. That's not what I'm here for. Fair representation is what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Prepare your defenses.
Okay, Catherine answered your post.
Oh, I want to know what cat. Courtney couldn't even give. Actually, no. I think Courtney did.
Catherine says Lion King,
'Kay.
Hercules, or Hunchback, and Aladdin.
Bye, wrong
Yeah,
Greek
she said
mythology.
bye, wrong Greek mythology. She's got a point, man. She's got a point.
But if they good, but the thing is, if it wouldn't be very child friendly.
Maybe you shouldn't have tried to make the Greek stuff child friendly in the first place.
See, I would almost just want to save Hercules just for the muses.
Combat operations will begin soon.
Plus, Hercules has a
I
great.
like how our trending theme between all of us is Lion King.
See, but I almost feel like you have to put that in because A, that's one of the best-selling Disney movies.
We're all
And
picking Lion King because it's
really,
the best.
it's like if you want to say like what's a Disney movie that represents the Renaissance? It's the Lion King. One of the best Disney movies. Elton John is one of them who did the music. I just love how none of us picked Little Mermaid. Wasn't even a thought.
Nah, man, don't even like that movie.
See, it's not that it's bad.
It's not good
It's
compared
just-
to the other stuff.
Like, A, the story doesn't really interest me. Ursula is great.
Someone pointed out Ursula was technically not really wrong. She was just trying to teach you that there's more
Yeah,
to
plus, okay, if you don't listen, I don't want to go about how Beauty and the Beast is Stockholm Syndrome. No, it's not. Whatever. Shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. But Little Mermaid don't got a lot. There's a lot of flaws with Little Mermaid. A lot of flaws.
Just a few.
I mean, it's the same with Beauty and the Beast, because Beauty and the Beast has a lot of flaws, but a lot of them were able to get made up by the live action.
When they did their little live action remake, yeah.
Yeah, don't get me started on Beauty and the Beast and Stockholm Syndrome. No, it's not. You want to see Stockholm Syndrome? Watch Twilight. Watch Twilight, not Titanic.
I will now be watching Titanic because you told me to watch it for Stockholm Syndrome.
System initialized.
I'm not doing very well, but you know what? Whatever. That doesn't matter. All that matters is I have fun. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, Kristen, did you know that Lion King is based off of Hamlet?
Really? I had no idea.
It's almost as if that's what they intended.
60 seconds
Wow.
remaining.
Say it ain't so.
I know, it's weird.
Coulda fooled me, man. Coulda fooled me.
I went right behind them. That was really mean.
What are you playing?
Overwatch. Not
Oh,
Battlefield
okay.
4.
I mean, I'm just free to play Battlefield 4 so much, but like, as long as you're having fun, if that's what gives you enjoyment.
I think it's mostly because I never really played Battlefield 4. And like I
because
played
we were
the
too busy
crap.
on 3.
I played the crap
I'm
out
sure
of
3 is still more popular, but yeah.
I played the crap out of 3.
Because 4 had a troubled launch, and so 3 was 4 had troubled launch. 3 was the way to go.
Victory. Play of the game.
Anyway, I did post it, and the games were confirmed to be I remember the third one. PlayStation Plus October games is indeed for PS5. It is indeed the game, the shooter. People weren't actually thrilled about that one, but I think they didn't realize it's only for the PS5.
Oh yeah.
Loose, Mortal Kombat 10, and I forgot the third one, which of course
PGA Golf 21.
Which of course had been golf, and I love the theme we're going for this month. Heavy duty. It's a military simulator that gives you minimum advice. Gun war game, beat the crap out of each other, and then go golfing after you beat the crap out of each other. Yes, I will snag it just because I know he really wants it.
Yeah, and I think he might have it for the PC.
I'll snag it, but then again, I always snag all of the games anyway.
I'm gonna see if it's loose.
It's console launch, so yeah, he probably has it on PC.
I know. I just want to see if it's cross platform.
All I know is people were talking about it. It is a heavy. You need communication teamwork.
Really?
It doesn't give you. It's a military simulator. It is a military.
Consoles, but not cross PC.
Well, maybe one day.
Yeah, or one day, hopefully they'll get. Because hopefully Nathan and Snipey will be able to get their
PS5s eventually. In this crazy timeline of lack of.
Oh my goodness! They're doing read-throughs at SNL.
Also, I did confirm there is at least one Erica voicing in Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Yes, I saw that.
Lindbeck. It is the prophecy of Erica. If you have a JRPG, chances are you hired an Erica voice actor because they almost all do JRPGs. But it is indeed Lindbeck. Let's just get there.
Justice Sotomayor tells law students there's going to be a lot of disappointment in the law. A huge amount.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, CNN. I didn't need to see this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brittany could be free by the time she's 40. Woo!
They just got me and decide if they want to keep the conservatorship or if they just want to disband it altogether. She just wanted her father off. Everyone just wanted her father off.
It's just kind of sad that this is what everyone's coming together for. Like, I mean, at first it was kind of funny. At first it was kind of funny, you know. But then I'm like, we are like a real climate crisis, you know.
Yeah, we have real problems we should be focusing on. And
There are
I
a
support
huge
her.
racial division.
A waiting game at this point. You can shout Free Britney as much as you want, but it's kind of just a waiting game for the court system. Let's go focus on the real things, right? There are other things we could do.
The Cardinals won again today.
It's gonna be even funnier when they lose, mark my words. Okay, now they might be cheating, hang on.
Oh my goodness. So the NBA has not, or there are several NBA players that won't get vaccinated. People in California and I think New York, if they don't get vaccinated, they can't play in their state.
Yep.
They can't get paid either.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't see nothing wrong with that. No, but Ted Cruz said I stand with like Andrew Wiggins and a few other players, and then I almost don't believe it's accurate. He says hashtag my body, my choice.
Yes, that would be why that also trended. And everyone was like,
What?
Interesting choice of words there, buddy.
Because Caitlyn Jenner was on The View as a co-host, I think 2 days ago or yesterday, I can't remember what.
Yeah, and no,
And so then she was there talking about how she believes that it's your right, your own decision.
And what is
to get the vaccine? I believe in individual rights. Okay, it is their right to choose. And I don't actually know if any of them, because I watched it on YouTube, I didn't watch it live. But then I'm like, but one of the co-hosts might have actually asked, so you're for, so you are pro-choice then?
You're pro-choice then, right? No? But
and I was like, do they not, like, how out of it are you with society?
Do they not see how people? No, Caitlyn Jenner. People are like, please stop trying to hire her. But where have I heard that before?
Where have I heard my body, my choice? It seems so relevant to today's time.
No, it's only about the vaccines. It's only my body, my choice with the vaccine. Oh, but nothing else?
Okay then.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Oh, okay.
I'm so glad. Okay. I'm so glad you feel that way, because let me tell you about this movement that several women.
Perhaps you've heard of it.
It's just like, what? What?
Really perhaps you've heard of the movement.
Caitlyn Jenner was like, yeah, I'm for, because like, what are we gonna do, in New York when like 15% of the healthcare workers are not working? Find new healthcare workers that are willing to work, who are vaccinated.
That's what I say. You replace them. That's what you do. You replace people.
It's just, yeah, I'm all for freedom of choice, you know, it's their body, their choice. You sure that's the word you want to use? You sure that's what you want to go with?
You sure? Did you check over that?
You
Is
sure
that
that's
really what you want to say?
See, this is why people need not only yes people, but should you post that though? Because if I was, I mean, I would never be Ted Cruz's advisor, but I'd be like, you sure you want to go with that hashtag?
Are you
sure that's what you want to do?
No, because the vaccine mandate did go live the other day. I'm gonna struggle to find it. United Airlines was going to comply, and I assume the other ones were as well. They were complying, right? And so they actually reviewed the number of people they actually got fired. 593 employees were terminated because they didn't get the vaccine. And, you know, there was like, that was just 1% of the workforce. And you are easily replaceable in this circumstance. In this situation,
yeah, I mean,
you are easily replaceable.
Especially in today's economy where, you know, it is,
you are so
unemployment
right
is
now.
fairly high. Yeah, I know, I read an article about how, like, this was really gonna be a damper on, travel, and I was like, no, it's really not, you know? Because the people who should be traveling are those vaccinated, and if people aren't vaccinated, aren't traveling, good for everyone else. You know?
Yeah.
LeBron James finally got vaccinated. What took so long?
It's just get it, y'all. You don't have a reason to not, really. Just get it.
No, and the thing is, no, no, because actually, I might show you the clip for the one with Caitlyn Jenner, God. Because it's just like, are you not? Everyone else can see the big picture. Because they could, honestly, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, the pro-life people who are saying, you know, who are for the pro-choice for vaccines, they might just be subconsciously not seeing the connection, you know?
They might not be, honestly.
But that's another sad point as well. That goes to show another, you know, another thing wrong. But because I don't know why she was the co-host. Everyone was like, why is she the co-host?
Yeah, please, I feel like, can you please stop trying to hire Caitlyn Jenner and things, please? No, please, just don't do that anymore.
Because Caitlyn Jenner said something along the lines of, you know, people they just have to wait until people decide, you know, blah 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 blah. It's their decision. And so it won't be said, well, if it was up to people's decision, everyone's decision, because Caitlyn Jenner was not happy about the mandate.
Get over it, ma'am.
And so then Whoopi was like, no, if we waited for everyone's individual opinion, I wouldn't have had the right to vote. And I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
She's probably right. Like, she's probably right.
If we go, well, you know, no.
Yeah, you know, if we didn't have federal government saying, hey, everyone had, like, passing the Civil Rights Act, and, I mean, the 13th, but, you know, the Civil Rights Act, really.
The
14th
personal
and 15th.
opinion would never...
Yeah, there wouldn't be nearly as much, I mean, cause, you know, there's just, like, there are so many, because then you're like, what else would there be if there wasn't government, you know? If government didn't step in and say, alright. Nope. It's just like, why are masks now becoming a problem? Because there was somebody on,
you can look at it throughout,
Stephen Colbert was,
they've been a thing for so long. Why do you suddenly? They only have a problem with it because they're being forced.
Because somebody was saying, because there was I think for the Colbert show, there was a reporter talking with people at a school, whatever, board meeting, an anti-mask you know, protest or whatever. And so he asked, so what about surgeons who have been wearing masks forever? Or not forever, but you know, masks, you know, surgeons who wear masks.
Doctors, nurses, the people that do those kind of things that have always worn them.
No, because then they were like, we don't want to co-parent, like one of their shirts was, one of their slogans was, we don't want to co-parent with the government. And so the guy was like, do you go to a private school? No, I go to the public school. So you basically let the government co-parent. No, I don't. But it's a public school, you get government assistance. Oh, well, in that case, that's fine, but only that. Do you hear yourself?
Do you hear yourself right now?
Do you?
I don't think they do.
No, and so somebody at the, there was another rally for, you know, he who shall not be named. Well, Voldemort even had more, whatever. But, you know, it's like comparing Capone to Truman, or to him. It's like Capone had a little more class. Let's just say I'd rather have a conversation, or at least sit in the room with Capone.
With Capone.
Than the other man. And I think that tells you a whole lot right there. Yeah, one of the, well, apparently he wasn't actually as, like, he was the Jesse James, apparently. See, only people who actually know Jesse James. He was apparently like the Jesse James.
James and Younger Game.
He was probably the Jesse James of gangsters.
Yeah, he wasn't really.
Apparently, that's what I've heard. That he wasn't actually that. Hey, he was in Chicago, okay? New York. New York was where the mafia was at. No, but apparently he was more like the Jesse James of. But anyway, I would much rather.
Got around. I would rather be with him.
Much rather be in a room with Capone.
Than I would with, you know.
A, because most gangsters back then had at least some class.
With honor, redemption.
You know, they went to church, especially in New York. They were Catholic, which is, you know, but they didn't attack. They didn't attack on Sundays. They hardly attacked the women and children.
They had.
So they had some class.
Which is more than some class.
Yeah, which is more than I can say about some people. Which is really sad. To say that I'd rather be in a room with a gangster than one of our presidents. Which I think definitely says a whole lot right there.
I mean, in that sentence alone.
Yeah. No, Bill Cosby. I don't know if you saw Bill Cosby was trending yesterday.
He commented
what did this guy do? What did this guy do now?
R. Kelly. He commented on R. Kelly.
And everyone's like, no. No. Shut up.
Sir, do you even hear yourself?
You know? Again, people need, yes, Kristen, positive validation is super important. But then there's sometimes we go,
cases where you
don't.
No, sir.
Don't do that. Don't do that. No, no, no. Yeah, 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 yeah. No, you should not, no.
You don't want to say that, trust me.
That's not, that's not how you win people over.
Hello there.
I'm so glad R. Kelly was. I mean, I watched part of, because I actually, well, I wasn't a big fan of his music, but I like some of his music. But then when I saw the documentary, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It like sickened me to the core.
Yep. That's when you go, oh man, so this person really did this.
And I think with R. Kelly, that was just one of the trials. Because I think he's going to have a trial in Minneapolis.
He's a goner.
He's been charged in Minneapolis.
He's a goner, chief.
Oh, yeah. And he should be. Like, lock the door and throw away the key. Outrageous. Outrageous.
Tempest Fugit.
Completely outrageous.
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
Barrier in place.
It just me. Simone Biles just makes me really sad. Because then you have to play it like, what would have happened? What could have happened had somebody listened? You know, had the FBI say, okay, we're gonna actually investigate
the point
this.
they always drove in during the case and afterward, and I still remember, you know, when they were receiving the Order for Courage at the ESPYs, and the point they always drive in is, had someone in the last 30 years chosen to do something, just one person chosen to listen,
this is like
wow,
very
all of this
cynical
could have been
and
avoided.
pessimistic, but they are probably, I mean, I think Simone Biles is in a healthy relationship, but they're going to struggle with a healthy relationship, you know, forever. With trust, especially with men, especially older men. I mean, it's outrageous.
In the last 30 years.
Well, and the thing is that really gets, is like, how many other Nasters are out there, you know?
And one of them said, it's time we start prioritizing children's safety over adult reputation.
I didn't watch any of the things. I was like, this is just gonna... Not like it's gonna be very sad, but it's going to leave me with such bitterness for a law system that I really want to respect.
One person. One person. That was all they needed. One person. To go, hey, I believe you.
It's just so...
Hey, I believe you.
Plus, they are probably the most, not athletes, but Olympic athletes. Are like, that's... Gymnastics, especially women's gymnastics, is so popular. And yet, you know...
It's no respect.
It's just...
It's nothing.
It's really, it's just really hard. I mean, not only as a woman, you know, a young woman who is, you know, almost the same age as them, if not the same age as them, but like as a human being as well.
It should make you feel something.
This makes me so angry. Because you cannot. This probably wouldn't have happened if somebody had been like, if an FBI agent was like, hey, okay, these girls are all saying basically the same story about this one guy.
Maybe we should do something. I do appreciate that they said that the first FBI agent who did not do anything with the case.
I mean, shame on him. Shame on him.
He doesn't work there anymore, but when they asked if they charged him for anything, they said
shame
no,
on him.
And it was like, so you let him get away with it?
Shame on him. I mean, like, honestly, shame on him.
You let him get away with it then!
I don't wish ill on anyone, but he should never get a job again. Yeah, at least
he doesn't work for the FBI anymore. Okay, well, did you charge him? No, we didn't charge him. So you let him get away with it.
Well, I don't know if they could charge. I mean, I'm sure they could find something to charge.
Did you find him? Did you do something? Did you do something disciplinary? No. Well, then you let him get away with it.
Well, because then it's also bringing like, what did they do for Kavanaugh? You know, what did the FBI do for Kavanaugh? You know, and that kind of situation. It's just like when we've needed the FBI, they have failed. You know,
when we need them, they don't kind of appear. And
I mean, I'm just like the. I mean, I went through trauma and it messed me up, and that was very well. I don't want to say like it was not trauma that they went through. You know, it's not the same trauma. It's not nearly as bad. I hate using the word damage, but they are. You know, they left tons of emotional scars that will take forever to fix, if you can ever fix it, really, you know.
Sometimes it's just as simple as kind of just dealing with it and going, I'm never going to be the same anymore.
Yeah, no, I mean,
especially in their case, with how young they were. Yeah,
no, I mean,
probably not gonna.
It's awful. Like I'm so glad that Nasser got what he deserved. But he also had to listen to what all
of them, and that was that week long of.
I mean, it was so so beautiful. It was just.
There they were saying.
Because when I was going to do, I might actually work on
Here's how he did it. Here's when I reported this.
True crime. But I was like, yeah, I don't know what crime I'll focus on, and Kyle was like, you should focus on NASA, and I was like, no, that pisses me off.
That was
because
that
then
would
it
make
leaves me
bother
with the question of how many other Nasters are there? You know,
how many other people got away with this there at the time?
you know, maybe not on the you know, national scale like Naster, but
Not
how
on
many
the
other people are there? You know,
Terrorists. Yep.
where they're terrorizing vulnerable girls. I mean, it's just like, I was like, no, it makes me sad. Okay, it is extremely touching because, I mean, no, granted, like, I am sad, you know, when, like, serial killers and all that, but, like, you know, I was a young athlete, not a gymnast, but I was a young athlete, you know, I am a young woman right now, you know. I could see myself in their situation had I been a gymnast. I mean, I'm not a gymnast, and I never was a gymnast, but I could.
You could see it.
And I have this thing called empathy.
Also, yeah, basic human empathy.
No, because we were talking about in sociology. Do you know, I forgot her name. You might know. Okay, so she's an old white lady who's a sociologist who does the blue eye, brown eye experiment. Do you know what I'm talking about? Blue eye, brown eye experiment?
Yeah, I got you.
So she did it with kids, 3rd grade first, where they would you know, to teach discrimination, and then she did it with adults as well, which was even worse to see. And then, because we watched a video on, like, the first time she did it, and it was just, you know, these 3rd graders, and some of them, I mean, because they were in a white classroom, it was Iowa, you know, small town in Iowa, and, you know, these young kids saying the N-word, like, it's no problem, you know? But they were able to realize that, well, even, because they did, okay, so the first day, because I think they did this, I think the first time she did the experiment was a couple days after Martin Luther King died. Goes to show you, like, timeline. But then,
Alright.
the first day that they did it, it was the blue-eyed were the better ones. And so the brown-eyed people had to wear collars to indicate that they were brown-eyed, and, you know, like, they were like, oh my goodness. Billy, who has brown eyes, well, his dad beat him up, so, like, they obviously are troubled kids, and blah, 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 and hoo-ah. And, like, the kids were, like, really offended, you know, because they couldn't hang out with the brown-eyed people, couldn't hang out with blue-eyed people, and, like, you know, like, there was this little girl who had, like, blue-eyed friends who couldn't play. They couldn't play on the reset, you know, they couldn't, go, you know, play on the equipment and all that. It was just really sad, and, like, they were, like, really... Like, they really struggled academically as well as academically as you can struggle as a 3rd grader. But then the next day they did a switch. Because there was like, the kids actually like got into some arguments about blue-eyed versus brown-eyed, and it was really sad to see. And then they switched, and the brown-eyed people was like, "Ha, it's time to get revenge." And so they did the same exact thing. They beat them up. You know, they ridiculed them. And then at the end, she was like, okay, so, like, did any of you guys experience it? Because they were able to make at the end, they were able to realize that we both really struggle, and they were like, oh my goodness, this is what happens when... It's just really sad. Because what I was going on is that, like, there was no empathy, you know, there was really a lack of empathy, you know?
Lack of empathy.
And it was the same with, because they did it with Oprah audience members too. And it was just really sad to see that how it is so easy once you believe, once there is this seed planted in you that you are superior than everyone else, that seed will grow, and it'll grow fast.
I'm better.
It'll grow fast, and then you will, and then it's hard to get off that mountain.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Come on, come on, come on! I hate waiting!
And then in biopsych, I still do not understand how neurons work. Like, it is, like, too much for my brain to comprehend. I'm like, how in the world... It's just like my brain cannot comprehend how we have, like, 100 billion neurons in our brain. It's just too much. It is too much for my brain to handle. I'm really trying. I'm like, okay, like I know how a neuron is formed. You know, I know
Okay, I'm getting
how it works, but I don't understand how. It's just too much. I'm like, this is too much for my brain to understand. This is too much for my brain. I don't understand how the brain works. I do and I don't. I know that we have
you get the basic understanding, and then you get all this other stuff shoved at you, and you're like, nope, I don't understand.
We have 100 billion neurons in our brain, and I don't also get how DNA works. We were talking about DNA, and I was like, yeah, no. Like, I know I have DNA. I know that it's one of my genetics. But I'm just, I don't get it.
I don't understand.
I get it, but then I really don't get it. Cause this is why I like abnormal psych, because I get it. I get abnormal psych. But even then, you know, there's, you know, there might be a gene for depression, but there might not also be a gene for depression. You know, bipolar and schizophrenia are like genetically, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's genetics. But genetics are a very clear indicator. And I'm like, why can't it just be black and white? This is why I like math.
Why can't it be simple?
2 plus 2, it will always equal 4. It will always equal 4. It doesn't matter if you look at it like through a humanistic approach, through a logistical approach. It doesn't matter. It is 4, and it will always be 4. You know.
All right, so I am now changing math. 2 plus 2 equals 7.
Billion things.
Many things. Many things.
Nature versus nurture, there's no right answer. Well, there is sort of a right answer in that it's not either or. So we've kind of gone past that. We've kind of gone past that.
Alright, so in your book it tells you that you cannot have one answer. So in this essay, please write why it's this answer and only
it's
this
just
answer.
I get what he was asking for, you know, like, cause really when it comes down
I
to
mean,
it, you really can't, like, I mean, cause even I think it's more nurture than nature. So like that wasn't, so it was just really funny how he was trying, in the book it said, to pick either or is really stupid. Because you're missing a whole part of the equation, you know, you're missing an important part of the equation. Because it's not one or the other, you know? But yeah, it was just really funny, because I didn't mind the paper, because I think, yeah, you can, because really when it comes down to it, you really are either nature or nurture. For the most part. You know? But in the book, it just says, to pick one or the other is just really stupid. Really silly.
Alright, so pick one or the other.
Really silly to pick one or the other. But I was like thinking, why in the world do I like psychology and sociology? Because there's really no right answer, especially in sociology. There's no right answer, you know? Because in math, 2 plus 2 will always equal 4. In science, H2O will always mean water.
Always.
You have 2 hydrogen molecules and 1 oxygen. That is water. That will always be water. Any more or less, and you do not have water. But, you know,
when you get to the brain, you get to the body, it's like, well, sometimes...
Well, because even when we're talking biopsy,
sometimes it's this, or other times it can be this.
You know, because we...
Why can't it just
I
be
mean,
one
I
thing?
can, you know, we can like say, okay, well, this is what the habeas corpus does. This is not habeas corpus. This is what the hippocampus is. But is that how it works in every single human being? No. Is the brain laid out correctly? Is the same brain layout correct in every single human being? No. No. Can we predict everyone's behavior? No. Does it suck? Yes. Because like I like being right. You know, I like when there are right answers and when there are wrong answers. I hate when there's like, well,
Maybe.
it could be, and I'm like, no, that does not
could
sit
be,
well
wink,
with
wink.
me. That does not sit well with me at all. But it has to, you know. I love psych. Not biopsych. I wish I didn't take biopsych. It's too much for me. I wish I'd taken it. But the thing is, there's no other classes that I would have done. You know? Oh my goodness. Apparently, I was going to talk about this. This is Fat Bear Week. Did you see it?
Yes, it is, and you can, yeah.
I was like, oh my god, are we fat shaming bears? Is that what we've come to society? But no, everyone's like, yeah, go bears!
Is this how we've come to for society?
Well, yeah, because I was like, are we, like, mocking fat bears? Like, is that... And if we look over there, we have an obese bear. Like, look and laugh at him. Like, is that what we've come to society? But then it's like, no, we're voting on who's the fattest bear. Because they have to be fat, obviously, you know, to survive hibernation.
I mean, yeah.
Alright, I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom.
Okay. Welcome back.
No, thank you. 10-minute queue? 10-minute queue? I'm not waiting 10 minutes. Okay, I really hope the Yankees get kicked out.
Teams 307.
Well, as is the case in my experience for a long time here in Kansas City, any game.
Now arriving at Lijiang Tower.
No, so Insomniac tweeted what are our best what are the best Insomniac games, and I was like Spider-Man, 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 and Ratchet and Clank.
Any Spider-Man, any Spider-Man.
The only right answer is Spider-Man's the best. Until I play Spider-Man Miles Morales, then Spider-Man Miles Morales. I gotta get water, hold on.
Stasis, but I'm not sure if I'd recommend it.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
I'm on the objective. Come join me. I'm taking the objective.
I forgot I was playing a game.
Mood.
Can I join back in? I want to join back in. Can I not join back in? Because the game would have stopped. Well. Oops. I was getting water. Does that not count as a break? That was silly of me. Does it count as a disqualification now? Like, would anyone know that I got disconnected? Because that's what it's really all about.
Yeah. That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. Now I really want to play Battlefield. No. Well, we'll go to Mystery Heroes then. Oh my goodness, so for graphic design, we actually watched a really good documentary about this one artist who does street art. Kristen, okay, I wouldn't actually judge it if you do you know, obviously I don't think you remember, in when Obama was first running for president. Like the famous Obama poster, like the blue and white.
Very, very vaguely, yes.
Okay, well, I'll send it to you, just so you can, like, get, like, yeah. Alright. Can I do it this way?
Traveling to the right.
Is there a GIF of it? Okay, alright. Well, I'm just gonna do this instead. Okay, so it's basically this. Okay, don't look at whatever, but it's basically that photo. Okay?
Right.
And it just said hope. So you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, so we watched a documentary about the person who made that. Like his life story, because he was a street artist, so he did graffiti. And it was really cool. If I can, I have to try to find. It was actually a really cool documentary. I'll see if I can link it.
If you manage to find it, send it.
Because it was like really interesting. Because it really did. I mean, I personally see graffiti as art as well. I don't really.
I mean, it is. What they do is very much.
But anyway, it was like there was like some legal, but it was like such an interesting documentary. But I'm gonna see if I can find. The problem is I don't remember what it was called. Okay, shoot, what was his name? Shepard. Because I kept whenever they called Shepard, I was like, what is Shepard doing here?
It's a name.
Is it that?
We must ensure the payload's progress.
Let me see if it's this one.
Moira by your side.
Ah, okay, alright, well, okay, Obey Giant. It might be Obey Giant, alright. But it was just really cool. What was I saying about it? Anyway, so while we were watching that movie, the documentary, we're doing a fall poster, okay? So it's like we talked about like what we love about fall. And I said the World Series. And so then we have to do a poster about whatever we said, okay? So like I have to do a poster about World Series, okay? But it has to be related to fall, alright? So I was like trying to come up, we had to do some like sketches. I did 4 sketches. 3 of them were god awful, okay? But one of them I actually really liked. I really liked this one sketch, okay? The sketch wasn't too good, but like the idea was there. Because it's going to be the World Series trophy on, like sitting on a leaf. And, you know, like that, okay. And so I was like, this is such a good idea. And then I'm going to have like a pumpkin that's like in front of like 2 baseball bats, because you know swords are sometimes like the dual the double swords are crossed. I was like, oh yeah, that's really cool. But I was looking at it and I was like, what if he says it's not cool?
Aww.
Like, that's not what I need in my life. Because we had to do a one-on-one. We talked about our sketches.
Professor, please be nice
we had to talk about it. We were one-on-one talking about our sketches and like what ideas were we thinking. And I was like, what if he says it's not a good idea?
Professor, please be nice.
The other ideas that I have are really stupid and dumb.
Fragile, handle with care.
Really dumb, and I was like, oh boy, what if he says like I'm not artistic? He could like really like crush my spirit.
Fragile, handle with care.
And so then I was like, because I had to show him my sketches, and I was like, okay, so 4 of these, because I did 5 sketches. 2 of them, or one of them, like, I did one of the sketches that I liked, and so then I did a better sketch of that one. I was like, 4 of these are really bad, and he was like, oh, okay. And I was like, but this one I really like. And so he goes, okay, so I was like explaining it to him, and he goes, yeah, that's cool. And I was like, oh, thank goodness. And he was like, yeah, we could do this. You know, we could cut it
He
out.
didn't
No,
question
no,
the
wait.
woods.
He was like, this is really good. You got it? I was like, yeah. Anyway, what's up, Lieutenant? But I was like, oh my god, thank you. I really needed that.
my spirits really needed that today.
Because it was in a different room, so I was walking. I was like, okay, all right, don't cry. Whatever you do, this does not mean you are a terrible human being. Whatever he says is not a criticism about you. That's what I have to do whenever a professor critiques my work. I'm like, this is not a critique about yourself.
This is not about a critique about yourself. It's just a critique of...
Because at least with writing, I am a good writer. You know, my writing, you know, for what I'm writing might not be very good, but there is potential there. Like, that's what my research methods professor said when I was doing my, I hate research papers. Because I can't, like, you know, be very artistic, you know, I can't, you know, be... Because it's like, this is what it is, this is what happens, this is not very good writing, but this is what happens. Anyway, so then I did my writing, and I can tell you're a really good writer. And I was like, that's not a great slide. Well, at least you gave me a a backside compliment.
Backside, but hey.
I'll take it. Do you have Hulu?
Gotta take them where...
Is this even
Wait, what?
Okay, let me watch. Is it Hulu original?
My frustrations is the most constructive way.
Hey.
Everything that I felt was being invested in other parts of our
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Okay, well, Mom has Hulu, so I can just watch it on Hulu and see if it's the same one. Because it really was a really cool documentary.
Hit me, you know I love me some good documentaries.
Plus, I think it brings a really good dialogue, especially with me, like a good legal, because like I value law, but then I'm like, I like to go to the search bar and go live and see all the cool people. I am cool. My channel might be a little dead.
Can confirm, definitely she's very cool, yeah.
I like to think I'm cool. I have at least a little bit of self-pride. But not too much where people think I'm like narcissistic. I have just enough self-doubt.
There's enough self-doubt to
even out the balance. Like, I may seem like I have a really high ego and really high self-esteem, but... yeah. At least I'm a good writer. Anyway, well, I appreciate you stopping by. I used to do that back in the day. You know, a few years ago. Before I started streaming, I used to watch, like... You know, I used to go, okay, what, like, you know, when Black Ops 3 was the popular game.
Holy cow. The ancient days.
Yeah, that's when I used to watch a lot of people. With school, I just haven't been, well, I haven't been very active on any streams that I've watched, and I feel bad. I'm like, sorry. I haven't played video games just to play video games. But that also means like my priorities are in, you know, check, because I'm like, do I play it right or do I play video games? Do I do homework or, you know?
You have that smart.
Is it though, Kristen? Is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh crap, I have to sign in to Hulu. Oh, hopefully. Oh, sweet. I have food and I have sociology tomorrow. I like sociology. I love the professor, but just intro. Wish I had taken it earlier.
Yeah, now you regret.
60 seconds.
Cause now I'm like, you know, week class with the, oh my god, I had a 6-page paper to do! Hey, we've had about 2 months to work on, well, a month to work on it.
Objective lost. New defense point.
But the book we're writing, the book we're reading is called Evicted, which is about evictions in
Wow.
Detroit, Chicago.
One of those
I don't
areas.
think it's Detroit or Chicago. Milwaukee? It actually might be
One
Milwaukee.
of those areas.
I think it's Milwaukee, cause but then it also like, 'cause, you know, sometimes if you look at it in one side, the landlords who, you know, do the eviction, you know, they're seen as the villain. But in a lot of cases,
You also have to look at
the
it from their
landlords
perspective,
are
because
they are getting money. You know, they need their money. You know, 'cause
Otherwise
some of
they
them that's what they
can't.
live on. And that's what one of the stories is about. Like, she
That's the
hates
thing.
doing it. She hates evicting people, but like, she's got to get bread on the table. You know.
You need to live. You need to live. You need to live.
And I was like, and I see that. I totally do. You know. Like, I can see both
Fair
sides.
job.
I'm actually really good at it, and I hate it. I don't actually hate it, but for being at this school, I do. Okay, alright, now I can, oh shoot, but what was the, documentary called? I forgot. Okay, movies. Can I go documentaries? Classics documentaries, here we go. Galapagos, I thought that said The Hunt for Skywalker, and I was like, why is that a documentary? Most like documentary.
Welcome to Oasis.
RBG.
Here, there.
Oh,
Here,
I
there.
forgot they made it a documentary about Amy Winehouse. Okay, it was called Obey. That's what it was called. I remember that.
Five, four,
I know my alphabet.
2, 1.
Yeah.
Round
It's
Okay,
A,
Corral.
Capture the objective.
A, X, D, E, F,
I
D,
am Greta.
7. Alphabet.
I forgot they made March of the Penguins too.
Yeah.
Okay, Obey Giant. I really hope this is it. Okay.
The objective is now active.
On today's roundup, why is there a helicopter outside?
Oh.
Saying a flyby. And given the time of night, I can totally assume which one it was.
It was Bob flying in his helicopter. Because he likes going on
Late
night helicopter rides. Do you not like going on late night helicopter rides with your helicopter?
No.
That you certainly do own?
Of course I do.
I know I do.
course.
That's how I want to spend my time.
I totally legally own it. Yeah,
Um,
totally mine. Definitely mine.
Okay, I got an angry tracer on my
Didn't
tail.
steal it.
I'm scared. I'm scared
What
for
did I
not
say
only
about
the
fear?
Oh yeah, that it's a terrible emotion.
We can't have fear in here.
That provides nothing useful at all. There is no
We're
evolutionary
manly
basis for
Sinkies
fear.
and Pengus in here.
None
We don't feel
whatsoever.
no fear. We're big, strong adults.
Because adults cannot get scared either.
No,
Because
man.
once you grow up, you'll lose your scared. You lose it. It's a bone, and you lose the scared bone.
Memes this morning. I put some memes this morning.
I must have.
Congrats! You leveled up. Please choose an upgrade. Back pain, knee pain,
Oh
finger
yeah, I
pain.
saw that.
Those don't sound like upgrades.
I saw that. Okay.
Congrats, pick one. You have to have at least one of these.
Okay, I don't actually
Those
remember
don't
how
sound
it
like
starts. Okay, but I remember... Okay, I think this is it. Okay. But what if...
I'm a fighter.
Okay. Hold on a second. Okay, Kristen, I'm gonna send you... Oh, but you don't have a computer, so this might be a little difficult. I'm gonna send you a link. So if you could just, like, open the link and see what it leads to. Because I don't know if you need a, if you need an account. Well, I was moving. I don't know if you need a Hulu account.
I can find... Yeah, ho ho. Let's see where it takes me. Yeah, I would need an account.
Okay, you do? Okay. Well, I can try to find it. I mean, I could also give you Mom's account, but...
Wink, wink. No, it's fine. I'll find it.
Okay, it's called Obey Giant. I'll just write it.
Yeah, I can do that. No problem.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I'm sure I will find that somewhere, no problem. But I will watch that.
Welcome to Hollywood.
Plus, it also, I mean, I don't want to, like, spoil it or anything, but, like, there are not good...
With every death,
the law officers, some of the law officers that he comes across,
redemption.
you know? Especially in today's time, you're like, questions should be raised. Like, had, you know, what, you know, has been going on with the law officers, had, you know, the officers of the law. I mean, and I had just watched this documentary, I'd be like, oh my goodness, that can't be, like, what all the officers are like, but seeing it and, you know, with the knowledge that I know now, and watching the documentary, and I'm like, you know what, that's not actually too hard to believe. It's really sad.
Yeah, suddenly, it's not
really sad, but, you know. Can I dance? I can do the fisherman dance. See, it just looks so weird to dance without music. That's why I like Hammy. We're gonna go back to oh, never mind.
Welcome to Rialto.
Oh god. The hashtag game tonight.
Oh no.
Ready? Unvaccinated movies. Spin a title and make it no longer vaccinated.
With every death comes honor. With honor, redemption.
Okay, we are playing. Boom, baby. Ah, dang it. Thought I was just away from it.
I will not be defeated so easily.
Oh, yes, but it's the wild card games are gonna be intense, and I love it. I just hope the Yankees are out.
Let's hope.
Never second best.
Overrated team.
Your injuries are fascinating.
I need to recharge. 60 seconds remaining.
Try that again. Widow, don't hide. No, I was frozen. Would have gotten the bastion.
Start over at the beginning.
Time to accelerate.
Ho, 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 time to accelerate. Are you kidding me? You killed him before? Oh, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. I'm in trouble. Stick with it! No, we lost.
Play of the game.
Ho, 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 time to accelerate. It's the line ho, ho, ho. That doesn't really make any sense. Go, 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 maybe? Maybe that's it. Maybe it's go, go, go. Final Fantasy IX is now on sale. I don't care.
Wow. The excitement.
Okay, when I go to the game tomorrow, I'm gonna get there super early, cause it's Prince Day. I want the hat, and I got the jacket. I want the hat, so I'm going at 4. Gates open at 5. I want to get there super early.
Go for it, dude. Don't let anyone stop you.
Traveling to Yunalescka Industries. Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
There's a puppy photo. Oh! Take a look at the puppy. Sinky.
With every death comes
Look at the
honor.
pupper.
With honor,
Puppy! He's sticking his tongue out and looking.
The true struggle is for the superiority of our
Puppy.
I grow tired of waiting.
Attack commencing. Capture objective A.
Oh, dang it. We came from behind.
Again.
Taking the objective. Join me in glory.
I really want the hat. And I'm bringing a mask. I ain't risking it.
Good. Good. Ooh, team. Well, he has my permission to go have fun.
Just debating if I'll stay the entire time.
Yeah, I have a feeling you will debate that. It depends on if they do good or not.
Well, no, it's just a matter of... Do I want to come home? At night? Do I want to go back to the dorm at night?
Yeah, no,
Is
that's
that
valid.
something I want to do?
Yeah, no, that's valid. Yes, valid.
I might just be on the phone.
You can
with
hang out
you.
with us and... Yeah.
Or just when I'm walking home, just so I can be like, okay, A, to keep my thoughts, from straying too far. It depends on how late it is, too. Yeah, because I do have class in the morning.
That too, and it so depends on that.
It's gonna be one of the last, and it's truth is so excited! I'm so excited. I get the jacket. There's gonna be a jacket. I hope I get the hat. I hope I get the hat. I'm going at 4. I'm gonna bring a book, paper, maybe homework. We'll see. And a pen. I'm not going to forget a pen. 'Cause I think last time I forgot a pen, and I was just like, what do I write here?
Oopsies.
Dinner's gonna be a problem. I might have to get something at the game. Unless I just go get something to talk about. Depends on how late it is. I did not listen to Ex-Wives or Six today. I'm so proud of myself.
Good job. I'm proud of you too.
2 days, Kristen. 2 days.
Good. Keep at it.
Tactical visor activated. I'm on fire. Anyone need some healing?
I'm going at 3:30.
You're just gonna keep pushing it earlier and earlier. The second I'm going.
That's what happens with my anxiety. Like, is this enough time? And plus, I'm really bad at time.
I head pat you. That is yes, that is true.
And then if anyone mocks me, be like, I really like Prince. Okay, I want the hat. Only 10,000 people get it.
You'll be fine.
Just makes me sad that Prince is gone. I never got to see him in concert. We won! Okay, now I'm checking to make sure I still have my ticket.
Play of the game.
Good, and we're winning. Okay. Yeah, Aladdin got canceled on Broadway today. A positive COVID. After 18 months, that's all they want to do.
Is performing.
I'm just glad Broadway's back.
All they want to do is perform again, man.
But they also have to be safe.
I mean that, yes, you do it to be safe. You can come back, but be safe about it.
Ah, my ticket!
Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
And it's a good ticket too. See, that's the problem. That's what's gonna make me want to stay the entire game. I got good ticket.
You have a good seat. You got a good seat.
I got a good seat. Because I was like, if I'm paying money, especially if I get the prince hat, that means or not the prince hat, the prince jacket, means I'm gonna be paying at least 100. I want a good seat.
Yeah. They may as well go for a good seat at that point.
I want a good seat. I didn't choose the best seat because that would have been like, you know,
too
right
much
home
money.
plate, but you know, that would have been too much money. Yeah, too much money.
Too much money for a Sinky.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
I have just enough over my compulsions to not buy a really good ticket. This will be the first game that I go back to with a full crowd. Because I went a couple times earlier this season, but that was, you know,
no one was going.
When there was pods. I must say it was pretty nice, actually.
I mean, yeah, because the less people, the better in general.
No, because I follow a whole bunch of, you know, reporters, and they was like, well, if you want a foul ball, you should sit, or if you want a ball, you should sit by the or, you know, wherever, like, it's super expensive. Because this one family's gone 3 foul balls, and I was like, how is it that I have gone to probably at least 20 games in my lifetime, and I have yet to get
we were
a
close
single
that
foul
one
ball.
time. We had one time we were close, but it went to Super
What the heck?
Bowl. There was one time. We were close once.
I just hope there are no kids by me, because then I feel like obligated. I'll make sure the camera is on me first.
Nope.
Get the camera on me.
That's when you go, sucks to be you, kiddo. You have
him a
more
fake ball.
games to go to in your life. Rumple up a piece of paper and offer that to them. It's definitely the baseball I know what you're talking about. That's the point where you teach the kids the true meaning of life is sometimes keeping your stuff.
Losers, weepers, okay. And be like, oh shoot, the camera's on me. Okay, here you go, kid.
Now give it back as soon as the camera goes off. Shove him down. Be like, give it back. It's mine. I got it, not you.
New defense point. Objective B.
Okay, so there's a new Netflix show that's apparently the biggest show on Netflix. And I was like, don't you say that about every show? Did they not say
Good
that
Lord.
about Bridgerton? Because I do believe they said that is the most popular
They
show.
always say it. They always say it. This is our biggest show. Okay,
was one
how
of
many
their
biggest
most
shows
watched
do you have?
shows. And I was like, do you understand the point of most watched? You cannot
like
have
Disney.
3 or 4 most watched shows.
It's like Disney. This is our
pick
first
one.
gay character. You've done that 10 times in a row now. You've done that 10 times in a row, but okay.
I'm just sad we won't be able to play Payday.
That's fine. Payday can wait till next week.
I know, I'm just kind of sad though.
It's fine.
I mean, I would choose baseball, over, especially Prince Day.
I wouldn't blame you.
Baseball game. Had it been a regular baseball game? Maybe not, but Prince, yes. But yeah, I don't know if I'll stay the entire game.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever left a game early, but circumstances have changed. Quite a bit. I have to get a COVID test next week. I think it's next week. I killed myself.
Good job.
But I got points for the ultimate shut. No, I don't think that. I might have gotten points for killing myself. Oops.
Good job. Haha, oopsie daisy.
I was Bastion. Who?
Just remember that in Overwatch 2, Bastion like loses all of his stuff, but at least he gets to wear a hat.
And the thing is, like, if you, I would have said Bastion's probably one of the more, like, ones that I'm like, yeah, I don't really think there's anything you can really do to Bastion. But you have to change him, because then what's the point of having, you know, it's the same, I think we've had this conversation about how they have to,
changes.
How they have to have it 5 instead of 6, because there has to be some changes. Because then what's the point? I just wonder if it's going to be like a Battlefield kind of situation where there are tons of people still playing Battlefield, you know,
there's
4.
No point to change. Overwatch isn't broken. I mean, it has more rules people like. I mean, like...
Thing is, I will not be getting bad. I will not. I mean, I really like Overwatch. But no. No. You know what game I kind of regret buying, but only kind of, because I regret buying Outriders. Just because, it's not like the game is bad, I just don't play it nearly enough.
That's surprising.
I just don't play it nearly enough as I should.
It had a lot of hype around launch.
But like, I mean, it's not like, I don't, I mean, I, you know, supported, you know, Square Enix, you know, that was the main, and it's not a bad game.
It just had...
I just don't play it enough. I don't play it nearly enough to where I can enjoy it. Because I really enjoyed it. I mean, I enjoyed playing when I did. But I think the participation has really gone down.
The rough launch.
The
rough launch kind of killed it. But it's still got its dedicated fan base, which is all it needs. It's just
I mean,
rough
and
launch.
I think you kind of have to.
Its rough server launch definitely didn't help it.
But yeah, I actually did pretty. I don't regret buying Hood. I don't regret buying Chivalry. I'm actually really glad I bought those two.
I don't think I bought that many games this year so far. I'm really proud of myself. I'm pulled off. Okay, no, I take it back. I bought Endwalker, but never.
Never. Kind of regret getting the special edition, like the $90 Life is Strange. I kind of
why do you regret that?
Because I can't play the remastered yet, like just because it hasn't come out yet.
Okay,
you know,
it
will come out, but I'm like,
out yet because February 1st.
Yeah, I like it's like very little. 1st. Like it's like, like I think I still would have pre-ordered.
And the only reason it was delayed is because they were like, okay, trying to do 2 games at once in the middle of a pandemic. Y'all. We need to delay the one so that we can work on to get the best condition for True Colors.
I feel like I bought a few new games this year. Outriders. Outriders. I can get Deathloop. I just can't wait till Lego Star Wars comes out.
That's true game of the year right there, Slapscon. That's it. That's the true game of the year.
See, I'm actually a little sad that they're adding voices though, because I feel like that's like one of the fun things about when they didn't talk.
It was one of the fun things about Lego.
But then I also kind of get like it could get super annoying.
They started voicing the Lego games because they needed it became kind of more problematic than it became fun.
And especially with the movie, you know, since the movie and they talk.
It became a bit more problematic afterwards.
But I can't wait for that, especially because I got the special edition. I mean, I highly doubt I'll regret buying Miles Morales, so I think that's gonna be a game that it's gonna be okay. Did the twins win? Oh, no. The St. Louis lost 17 games. Still not bad.
Funny when they lose.
17 game win streak. So impressive. Dude, what other games did I buy this year? I can look at my list. Mafia. I don't regret buying Mafia. I'm actually not a big fan of Yakuza. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because like I had like this idea of like what it was going. It's not. I don't know yet. I'm not like falling in love with it. You feel me? Mass Effect.
Yes.
I don't regret buying Mass Effect. Royal didn't come out this year. I have so many games to play. It's not even funny. Village came out. I don't regret buying Village. I actually really enjoyed Village.
Echo here.
Where's the list of game like my soon to buy games? Hey, it's probably on my other one. Let's see, what other games did I buy this year, Kristen? I think that was it.
What did you buy?
I got Chivalry, Hood, Mass Effect. Completely regret Mass Effect, obviously. Worst game ever.
Clearly.
Probably the game I've played the most. Completed at least. I got Snipey to fall in love with it, which is great. Haven't played Miles Morales yet. I won't be getting Alan Wake. I actually wasn't a big fan of Alan Wake. Am I missing something? Like, did I miss something? Keep an eye on, oh, what was the Elden Ring? Keep an eye on that one for me.
Yeah, of course.
I don't think I'll pre-order it, but I'll probably get it soon after. Unless they have a really cool deluxe edition and I kind of mistake it for another game. Shadows Die Twice. Ghost of Tsushima.
You tried. You saw a sword and were like, these are clearly the same.
And no, they are not. And Ghostwire, right? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Ghostwire Tokyo.
Yeah.
I have my eye on them, sir.
I know Vampire Masquerade 2 is coming out, but I still have to play Masquerade 1. Vampire Masquerade, I have to play so many games. I have to play so many games on Steam, and then I have so many other games on on PlayStation. I'm like, what the heck? Can like they just stop coming out with new games?
Stop buying them.
I know.
No.
Thing is, I'm pretty set on video games. I don't think there's any games that I'm like, oh my gosh, I need. I don't think. See, just once I finish Persona, it's gonna be such a relief. It's like
once
when I finish
Persona, you get your
when
time.
I actually finished
You're gonna get your time back.
When I actually finished Fallout 4, I was like, oh my goodness. 200 plus hours of my life.
You're gonna be free.
It's just then like, what other long game do I play? See, the problem is like if it had been like, you know, Uncharted, you know, I had like 50 games like Uncharted, you know, whereas like 15 hours maybe, but no, it is Ghost of Tsushima, Persona 5, Final Fantasy 6 through 12 or however many I have. Because I think I even have 15. You know, where it's, you know, 50 plus hours. Vegas, follow you, Vegas. Like, why do I have to love RPGs? Open world RPGs, why? I was sort of hoping they would announce that they're going to at least put Witcher 1 and 2 on, because 2 is on Xbox. Hoping they'd put 1 on Xbox, because I just don't like it on the PC. So I haven't been playing it, but I don't think that's going to happen, so I think I'm going to get back to it. It's not that good. See, the problem is I played 3 first. That was my mistake. I should not have played 3 first. I should have at the least played 2. I just have too many games. I have too many books to read, too many games, and I just keep buying more.
Yep, you do.
And the mom says, do you have too many games? No, Mom, of course I don't have too many games. What? No.
No such thing as too many.
See, I'm just glad she's a reader. Like, you know, because John's like, well, why didn't you get rid of some books? I'm like, excuse me, no.
No!
Actually, I did get rid of some books, but mostly because they were really old. I'm gonna get a better copy of, you know, X, Y, and Z. No, because what if there's going to be a time where I'm like, you know what I want to read? I want to read Beautiful Creatures for the 15th time. Well, not 15th, but you know. No. Okay, you're not a reader. You don't understand, okay? You don't understand having the temptation. Do you know what I want to read today?
What do I feel like reading?
I'm really confused as to why you put your dick in there, but whatever. What do I know? What do I know? I know nothing. I'm debating Game of Thrones from the library, and I was like, actually, I don't want to fall into that again.
Hey, you freed yourself. Don't go back into it.
I don't want to watch the show. Especially because I don't really need another show that had a really bad ending.
Yeah, they just somehow always trip at the end.
Like, Peaky Blinders is ending, but BBC's usually, like, you know, other shows are usually pretty good at both.
It's
you know.
some of them just manage to, some can deliver a good ending, and others just trip and fall on their face.
Ending, and I'm like, do I, see, the problem, I'm like, do I want to get attached to this show if the ending is bad, you know? Because, like, with Once Upon a Time, oh, well, I'm not, actually haven't watched, you know, in a few days. So I'm like, I'm not watching the 7th season. You know, so then I'm like, well, do I just stop it? Like, you know, do I stop
with the 100?
It kind of got bad with the Frozen. You know, that's where it kind of went bad. Do I stop it there? Do I stop it at you sold your ship for me? Because that's like a really good ending, you know? I have to watch a drama. I haven't seen a drama in so long.
No, we have freed ourselves from that as well. No.
I have to translate too because I might be. It's coming close. So I have to renew my thingy.
We freed ourselves from that perpetual curse. We were free.
I still have not watched, I still have not finished, The General and I don't know if you remember that, but I still have not finished it because I was like, I'm gonna read the book first, and then I just stopped reading the book. I got like through part 1 and I was like, ooh, that was a lot of reading. Okay, let's take a little break, and then I just kind of never stopped. I never started again. Then I was like, I'm gonna read another one of these books, and I was like, this book is awful. How is the show that good? Then I'm like, wait, is the show that good? I've only seen a few episodes. That was such a waste. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm like picking on this Torbjorn, and I have no idea why I was picking on the Torbjorn. Like, I was a bully. Oh, I missed it. Oh, why are you cowboy? Don't be cowboy. See, okay, I think like some good, like, will there even be enough? I mean, I'm sure there will be enough to like get like 10 good games, like the 10 best games of 2021, and 10 worst games. Will there be enough?
I mean, you might have to like dig into like some smaller games, but
I haven't heard of any
large
really
games,
bad games that have come out.
Because not putting anything up this year.
See, the thing is, it's just like, but none of them have been as bad as Cyberpunk. I don't think anyone has reached that level yet.
No one could reach
when
that
no
level,
one thought,
said.
when no one thought a game could reach or beat No Man's Sky for worst then
launch ever, worst launch of a video game.
I'm just glad I didn't pre-order that, because I honestly think that would have, if I had pre-ordered Cyberpunk, well granted I probably got my money back, I would have been like, I'm no longer pre-ordering it, because I was really like, oh, how bad could it be? It's CD Projekt Red. You know, and they did Witcher 3, one of the best games.
It's CDPR, what could possibly go wrong?
I might not have pre-ordered it. Or I've been like, okay, like, can I even trust Square Enix? Yeah, can I?
What is trust, really?
Oh my gosh, I'm doing rank. I forgot I was doing rank.
I forgot I was doing rank, said the Sinky.
Oh my goodness. Hopefully I was doing well. I don't actually know how I was doing. We need...
casual.
Yeah, I don't even know what I was doing, okay? I was just living my life.
Oh yes, the vibe.
No time.
I am 5 and 10. Okay, yep, okay. This is what happens when Cynthia forgets she's doing comp.
Thanks. My dad invented it. You two get along.
Think you can keep up with me? No. I don't want to keep up with you.
No, I don't think I can actually.
I just don't think I care.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Capture objective.
Enemy turret ahead! Enemy turret destroyed. Enemy turret down.
Okay. So we gotta get our button gear.
Gotta get the rear in gear.
How can you still play McCready? Did I call him McCready?
You meant cowboy.
It's not over yet.
Watch out for that turret!
That's a funny way to say cowboy.
No, his name's not McCready.
Yeah, that's the dude from Fallout. But you meant cowboy. But you meant cowboy.
Yes.
I mean, at least actually didn't call him by his game.
I could actually call him McCready. That would actually be okay.
You could actually, yeah,
but that was about it. McCready is at least a little more sensible. And not, does not sicken me to the core.
Watch out for that turret!
Yes, a funny way to say cowboy, ma'am.
I know you need healing, okay, but maybe you should try not to die. Maybe you should stop trying to die.
Oh my goodness, that is flawless advice.
You should
need
stop
healing,
trying
stop
to
dying.
die.
Someone's looking out for me.
Watch out for that turret!
Taking the point. Don't worry, I got this.
It's hand.
Turret ahead.
60 seconds remaining.
Okay, so this is not going very well. I think this will be the last comp game that I do, seeing as how I forgot I was doing comp about halfway through it. I think that's a good sign to stop playing comp.
Yeah, maybe just a tiny bit.
No, I died! I'm 650.
That's what you get for forgetting you were playing comp.
I'm coming!
Enemy turret over there! I had the objective! How about some support?
You or me?
Under fire!
Get in here! Fully healed. Regen up. Not too good as you.
Setting out the welcome back!
I'm on fire, 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 I'm on fire.
Good kind of fire, bad kind.
No, back on fire, back on fire. That fire naughty. Yeah, fire.
Stop, drop, and roll, stop, drop, and roll.
I really wish I could stop, drop, and roll in every game. I think in Ghost of Tsushima you can. I worked hard on it. Like, had I known that that was comp, I was playing comp, I wouldn't have chased down to Torbjorn.
I can't believe you forgot you were playing comp.
Yeah, I can't. Well, I can't totally believe it because it's not the first time that I've forgotten I play comp. Not at all. Won't
Get
be the last.
together, ma'am.
Wasn't the first, won't be the last. Freeze! Down me!
Not my time.
Check it. Enemy turret ahead.
I'm on fire again. Uh-oh. Die! I'm gonna die. McCready got me. I'm gonna call him McCready now, okay?
Try not to die. Dying is bad.
Well, I've died 17 times, so obviously I'm not getting the core concept.
You're not getting the
dying.
message there, huh? Well, man, at least I tried.
It feels like it's late. Is it late? Oh, sweet. It's 10:15.
It's 10:15.
Good.
It's like considered late.
Yeah. I was like, it feels like it should be late.
Yes.